Weakest E rank awakens level up system and becomes the strongest hunter to exist. Jinwoo was a weak and pathetic loser with no life. His dad never came back with the milk, leaving behind his hospitalized wife and young daughter in the hands of our protagonist. In order to pay for the bills, Jinwoo was forced to become a hunter, despite the fact that he went into coma after fart from a goblin. However, after awakening his level-up system, Jinwoo rises to the top of the ranks and becomes an existence that could even rival God. In the latest episode, some nurses are talking about Jinwoo's sexy body. He had already rizzed up those bitches, as they now spend their nights thinking about him. One of them enters his room while Jinwoo was working out, making her blush after seeing his killer abs. She immediately asks for his number, and he thinks that the nurse wanted it to send him his medical reports. Jinwoo gives her his contact info, not knowing that she's going to be sending some spicy things. The scene changes to a morning show, featuring one of the 7's rank hunters in the country, Baek Yoonho. The host asks him about how his life is like when he isn't exploring dungeons. This man used to be a firefighter before he awakened as a hunter, so he was accustomed to training every single day. While their useless talk continues, Jenna was getting late for college. She tells Jinwoo that she was about to head out when she spots his raging abs. Jinna was shocked at how much he grew in a short time, even getting taller than before. Our protagonist puts an umbrella in her backpack and sent her off. His stats worked like steroids on his body, so he might end up looking like Arnold if he keeps leveling up. Jinwoo takes the stat points that he got after defeating the boss and distributes them amongst strength and agility. Suddenly, he gets a call from his landlord telling him to pay for his rent. Jinwoo promises that he'll pay it soon and hangs up. Now that he's gotten stronger, paying rent shouldn't be too hard. However, it's not easy either, considering that no one would let an E rank in a high-ranked gate. Getting his reassessment is also out of the option, as it would create an uproar if the world finds out that there's a hunter who can level up. He can't reveal his power until he gets strong enough to defend himself from high-ranking hunters. Fortunately for him, a job request popped up that required him to only participate in the raid. When Jinwoo arrives at the site, he meets the leader named Hwang Dong-suk. They were about to enter a C-rank dungeon, and our protagonist was only required to meet the minimum quota of 8 people to enter the dungeon. Although he wouldn't get money from the spoils, they were willing to pay him 2 million for participating. The party consisted of 4 C ranks and 2 D ranks, along with our MC that needed to carry the luggage. Before entering, he had to sign a contract stating that they weren't responsible for anything that happens inside the gate. Also, with no healers on the team, the situation seemed very suspicious to Jinwoo. Their final member shows up and introduces himself, Yoo Jinho, a 21-year-old D rank who looked like the son of a business tycoon. Nonetheless, he was also there to meet the quota. With this, the party heads inside the gate. The whole place was pitch dark, so the mage casts a light spell to brighten the way. It was rare for a dungeon to not have glow stones, which cover the walls and give faint light to brighten the inside of a gate. After exploring further, the party ends up in a place with multiple tunnels. Jinwoo senses the sound of the monsters and informs the team that they were insect-type beasts. It was a giant ant hill where they could be ambushed from any direction. Fortunately, our protagonist finds their location and warns the party about their attack. With this, the battle between the monsters and the hunters begins. The party leader uses his provocation skill to gather all the beasts around him, and the damage dealers kill off the ants. With their excellent teamwork, they manage to wipe out all the beasts without suffering any damage. One of the members spots some ants that were completely torn apart, meaning that there was a monster that ate the ants. Jinwoo felt that something was going on, so he tells Jinho to be careful. Elsewhere, the guild master of the White Tiger Guild was training. With only one attack, he destroyed a giant stone like it was nothing. The shocks from his warm-up made the whole building shake like it was an earthquake. Meanwhile, after walking for a long time, the party seems to be close to the boss's chamber. This could be said after seeing all the white stuff that it had spread. When they enter its den, they see that the whole place was covered in mana stones. Just from a glace, it was definitely worth more than 1,000,000,000 yen. Unfortunately, the dungeon monster had to be defeated as well. It was currently asleep, which gave them a chance to excavate the crystals. However, a gate closes an hour after the boss is defeated. In order to haul as many stones as possible, the party needed a lot of equipment. One of the members forgot to pack the things, so they wanted to go back to get it. The leader requests Jinho and Jinwoo to wait in the boss room while they go back to get the equipment. Jinho says that it's dangerous for them to stay alone, but the guy doesn't listen. Our protagonist seems to have understood that something was wrong, but it was already too late. The mage uses a spell to block the entrance with debris, leaving the duo in the lion's den. Jinwoo remembers Song telling him about some crooked people in dungeons. Since there are no cameras inside a gate, if there aren't any witnesses, any crime can be committed. That's why some people leave weak hunters as bait, like a lizard leaving its tail. Because of the noise from the explosion, the giant spider wakes up from its slumber. It was a C-rank boss in a completely different league than an E-rank. However, the beast was nothing compared to what Jinwoo was seen before. Our protagonist tells Jinho to step back and summons his dagger to mingle with the itsy-bitsy spider.